Are we on the air? Are we on the air? God day. Another opportunity. Another opportunity. That's on my face. Yeah. Another opportunity. We got another opportunity. Anytime you wake up on this side of the dirt, you win it. Right? Welcome to the morning shift with Corey Cofield, where we shift your perspective. We shift your perspective. How many of y'all know perspective is the key to life? Your perspective is the key to life. Your perspective is your key to life. Repeat that. Your perspective is your key to life. And the reason why I say it's your key to life is because everybody's perspective garners its own reciprocity, right? So your perspective, no matter what your mom perspective or anybody else's perspective, your perspective will determine your life in itself, right? It's a couple things that go along with that. It's a couple things that go along with that. And it's amazing that, that your perspective can change your life. Let me adjust this light right quick. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. It's amazing that your perspective can adjust your life. It could, the way you see things will literally determine how your life is. Welcome to the morning shift with Corey Cofield, where we shift your perspective. I'm here every day from 5:30 a.m. for about an hour and a half. Some days it may be longer. Some days it may be shorter, but I'm just here. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to give you a new perspective first thing in the morning. I'm here to give you a perspective that you're amazing. I'm here to give you a perspective that you win. See, it's important to get up in the morning and set your day. It's important to get up in the morning and set the parameters, the blueprint for your day. See, a lot of people just get up and run out the house. They take no time to orchestrate what they want to see in their life. They just run out the door and they play defense all day, right? But me and my team, we not on defense. It's all offense. It's all offense. Forward movement, forward movement, forward movement. And how many know that the Grand Canyon, if you haven't heard of it, is one of the biggest canyons ever in the world. Huge. But it started from a stream of water, just coming down the same place. And eventually that stream of water, it created a whole crevice. Because whatever you just keep doing, you're going to wear down the path in which you take. And eventually you got to bust through. So you just got to keep thinking, keep doing good, keep going after it, keep setting your standards, right? Don't drop your standards just because you don't see no action right away. A lot of us, we drop our standards. So it's minute we don't see the results. But how many know it takes longer to build a skyscraper than it does a chicken coop? It takes longer to build a skyscraper than to do a chicken coop. So some things that you do is going to take longer to build, but you're creating something of substance, right? The first thing you build in any situation is the foundation. If the foundation is not stable, you can't build on it. So a lot of us is wondering why things are taking so long in our life. A lot of us are wondering why we haven't got what we've been believing for. Because what you believing for, it needs a really big foundation. And that foundation is being built. That foundation is being built every single day through different situations, through trust, It's a lot. It take a lot to build a dream. It take a lot to build a perspective, and it has to be solid. It has to be built on solid things. It has to be built on solid proof. What do I mean by that? Any job you go to, the first thing they ask you for to send in is a resume. Why? They want to see what you qualify for. They want to see what you've been through. They want to see if you tested, if you got experience, right? And the same thing happens in life. Everything you go through is something else on your resume. And then when you approach different situations, the first thing you do is whip out your resume, right? So we go through things so that we can build ourselves, build our resumes, and then we give this information to other people to help them jump the line. And that's what life is about, helping other people, right? Life is about using your message and your situations and the things that happen to you to help other people move forward. What good is it to go to something, to go through something, and then you don't pass it down on? You see somebody else standing next to you and you don't tell them, hey, it's a dog down that street, and when I went down there, almost bit me or it bit me. You're going to say you don't care. You let somebody else walk down the street and get bit. Like, what good was your experience? See, our experiences and the things that happen to us in life are only worth it when they become two things. It's never a loss, right? Two things. You can never really lose nothing because it's really only lessons. So it's no losses, only lessons, right? And so this is how you turn a so-called loss into a win. This is how you turn a mistake that you messed up, supposedly dropped the ball. You know how you turn that into a win? You know how you turn that into a win is you get a lesson from it. So any loss that turns into a lesson is not a loss no more because you gain something. And the whole thing is to gain something. The whole thing is to gain something. And if you gain something from an experience, then it's not a loss. Because listen, even if it's the worst thing that ever happened and you mess up and all this, but you get a lesson and it never happens again, then that was worth it. Because now that lesson can not only help you, it can help other people down through the ways. It can help other people. In my head room together. It can help other people be great. And that's what we're here for. To be able to allow what we do to help other people. Right. So that's the morning shift, man. The morning shift is giving you a new perspective, a new way to see things, a new way to bring things into your life. Like we win, absolutely. Right. It's not a money shortage. It's not any drought. Let me tell you something. It's resources will continue to create themselves because that's how God set it up. There's not a shortage of land. It's not a shortage of food. All these things are notions that is falsely broadcasted. Why? Because if you can get people to have a perspective that something is true, guess what? It's gonna be true. It's already true. The minute you think it, the minute you allow it into your mind and process it, then that means the thing that you said is true. And so if I can get you to get a perspective that is tight out here, that resources are limited, that hurry up, you're about to lose it. If I can get you to feel like that, then guess what? It's more for me. It's more for me because now I don't have to worry about you going after your piece of the pie because I convinced you the pie was too scarce to even go after. So now people don't go after their piece of the pie no more because they feel like the pie is already eaten. But I'm telling you, that's not accurate. Resources is never in jeopardy. Water will continue to be forever in abundance. Air, every resource will continue to be in abundance. Why? Because this space, you see the space in between us, all that, that's not just empty space. That's not just empty space. That matter in the air is creative. It creates. It's a living substance. Like if I'm standing in front of you and it's like it's like space in between us. It really isn't. It really isn't. If you can see in the spiritual, if you can see in the physics world, it's an energy all around all of us. And that energy creates that energy creates resources. It creates the life that you want. And that's why even God said, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So are you. Not once you do it, then you become it. No, it's the minute you think it, so you are. So we shift in your perspective. Welcome to the morning shift with Corey Cofield, right? We got to get up in a new perspective. We got to get up seeing who we really are. We got to get up and establish that day. First thing, that's why I'm here. Top of the day. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to be the first voice you hear to tell you you winning the day. I want to be the first voice you hear to tell you you winning today. I want to be the first voice that tell you today, watch your words. Watch your words today. Watch your words today. Watch the stuff you let come out your mouth, right? Because if you're looking to move at a high level, then words matter. Your words matter. Every word you say matter. Every word that you allow to come out your mouth is a seed. Remember I told you about this formless void, all this formless void, this air, this space, it shapes. And it shapes by the responses of a certain frequency. And a certain frequency and a certain vibration causes this substance to actually literally mutate, for lack of better words, into whatever it receives, right? And so whatever this void is activated by a vibration, right? By a certain vibration. This void that you think is just air, all up in the air, you can look all up in the sky, all that void, that stuff is an energy. It's a living substance. It's creating, it's moving, it's searching for a certain vibration. It's searching for a certain energy. And guess what that vibration is? The vibration of voice. And that's why the same thing, even in the Bible, in the beginning, it said, God said, let there be. The voice is the activation system. Your voice is the activation system to this void that's all around you. So when you wake up in the morning, you got to be able to see, not in the natural, not in this little 2D world. The Matrix, y'all remember the Matrix? At one point in the Matrix, it changed where you could see all these little green particles, these lines and all that. All these lines was all over the place, right? In the Matrix, remember that movie? Like it was a point where excuse me. It was a point where Neo, I think that's his name. He got so involved where he was able to dodge the bullets, but all these little green I think it was it looked like a graph in the movie. That movie was trying to show us who we really are, that we have the power to shape and move these things. We do. We dumb ourselves down. We let TV and all this fake food and all this bull crap, all these negative vibes dumb us down. But the energy we live in, those little green little graphs, that's living space. That's living energy that forms into the things we need. And it responds to a certain vibration, and that certain vibration is voice. That certain vibration is voice. It's our voice. And that's why what you say is super important. That's why and you wake up and say, my back killing me. My back killing me. You're using these words that's dictating our lives. We think that we just saying vain words and we just playing and we just joking, but guess what? The subconscious mind and that little space I told y'all about, that empty void, it doesn't know jokes. Now you can look all this stuff up. I'm telling you, it doesn't know a joke. It doesn't know that you're playing. It has no sense of humor. It has no good, bad. It has no comprehension and none of that. It just deals with the raw reality of what you say. So if you walk around saying every year around this time, I get allergies. That formless voice said, it heard it, and now it's processing it. So it puts it in a memory bank and say, okay, every single year around this time, I gotta get boy allergies, because that's what he's expecting. That's what he's speaking out. So it don't look at allergies or good or bad. It don't look at allergies as a good thing or a bad thing. It just looks at allergies as something that was requested by the vibration. Something that was requested by the vibration. And so it goes to work to make it be in your life, right? The water's so good. So whatever word you say, it goes out into the atmosphere. It goes out into the universe, and it starts to create and bring to you what you're saying. And that's why it's super important to watch your words, to watch what you're saying, to watch how you're allowing your mouth to burn down your forest. A lot of us, I'm just playing, it's tight out here, man. Ain't no money out here. Ain't no money out here. You speaking these words, and these words is coming to your life. And that's why it's so important, the subject that we're going to talk about this day. And you know what it is? Stop complaining. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. I'm going to read something to y'all. Listen to this. I'm going to read something to y'all, because y'all know we come with statistics on the morning shift. We got studies. We got stuff to back up what we're saying. Complaining is killing us. Complaining is literally killing us. Complaining is keeping us out the game. Complaining is keeping us stuck, and is keeping what you don't want around more. Right? Let me read a little something to you. This is the statement I wrote to get this thing started. Are your words keeping you stuck? In this eye-opening live stream, we're going to break down how complaining is more than just a bad habit. It's a spiritual and a biological barrier to your growth, peace, and breakthroughs. And let me tell you why. Studies show that frequent complaining increases the risk of anxiety and depression by 30%. You hear that? Studies show that frequent complaining increases your risk of anxiety and depression by 30%. So if you're trying to take a test and you are already down 30%, how likely are you to do well in the test? Just say it's impossible for you to be able to get an A. It's only 100%. An A is 90 through 100 in most grading systems. If I take 30% away from you already, that means you at 70. So it's no way you can get an A. There's no way you can reach that perfection. So this is saying frequently complaining, it increases anxiety and depression by 30%. So just by complaining, you setting yourself back 30% right away. And that was a study done by the University of California, Davis. It said repeated negative thinking can shrink your brain's hippocampus. Hippocampus in the brain. That's the area that's responsible for critical decision making and emotional stability, right? Your hippocampus is the part of the brain. It's responsible for your decision making. Listen how important this is. The hippocampus is an area critical for decision making and emotional stability. Now that was a study done by Stanford University. That means complaining literally weakens your ability to move forward. Y'all hear that? Complaining literally weakens your ability to move forward. Because you're putting out words. Now, people say, I'm just telling you like it is. I'm just telling you like it is. But guess what? Even God said, speak those things not as though they are. So even if the thing is what you say it is, we not saying it's that because it's not that in us, because we see what we want. We only see what we wish to experience. So that situation is not that situation. It's the situation we want it to be, because it's the situation that we see. Y'all see how that go? I don't go in a situation saying this job is these people, I can't stand nobody here. Everything they do, they try to undercut me. They trying to take me out. They on me. They trying to end my existence. These people, like, or every situation, they are. You know how they are. You know how they are with your own friends. All you're doing is speaking what is, and that's what's going to continue to be. But how I do, even if I walk into a situation that I perceive, because most of the time it's our perception. All of the time is your perception. Did you know you can only see life based upon your perception? And that's why it's important to shift your perception and your perspective, because you got to change the way you see things in order to see things different, because we've been programmed to believe certain things, and it wasn't your fault. It happened between the ages of 0 and 7. It happened between the ages of 0 and 7 when your mind was programmed by direct record, by covered by the people who were around you. All those interactions when you were 0 to 7, that created who you think you are now. That created the perspective. So a lot of us have the wrong perspective because it was given to us and it wasn't our fault. But unless we change that perspective, we live life based upon that perspective, and whatever we perceive, we get. So now we think, I'm just telling you like it is. I'm just telling you what's happening. I'm not crazy. I'm not going, I'm supposed to just say it's not happening when it is? Absolutely. What do you want to see? Right? So I don't go in situations talking about how bad they are. I go in situations talking about how I want them before I even get there. That's why it's important, as I told y'all, that we got to get up in the morning. We got to get up early. If you're supposed to be up, if you got to leave the house at 7, take you an hour to get ready, so you get up at 6, then you got to get up at 5:45. You got to take 15 minutes to see who you are. We so busy and running around. We so busy and hitting the streets. We so busy trying to keep up on life, because it is a lot of stuff to keep up on. I admit that. But we so busy trying to do all that we don't take no time to reboot. We sleep fast. You can't even lay down good before you trying to prepare to get up. You're thinking about what you're going to do, and you ain't even got time to lay down and relax. Why? Because we're moving so fast. That's what this world is want us to do. It want us to move so fast that we miss really what life is about. Last night on our Mindfest meetup on Zoom, it was so powerful. If you don't come, y'all, on Monday nights we do something called the Mindfest meetup on Zoom every Monday at 6:30. You got to come check that out. I mean, it's life-changing stuff. People in there getting their whole life change, man. Because what's happening is we are getting perspective changes. We are being able to see things a different way, and it opens up your possibilities. So while we're complaining, it's causing our lives to fall. We can't do that anymore, man. We can't do that no more. We can't. We have to be able to speak what we want. Let me give you, watch this. Let me show y'all something. Once again, I know I'll be coming with them receipts, right? Check this out. Give y'all a few things that happens when you complain. See, complaining is not just you voicing your opinion. Complaining is literally creating your life. Complaining is literally setting your life up on a trajectory of the complaint. So every time you complain, you put your life on that path even more. And you actually draw what you're complaining about. Right? You actually drawing what you're complaining about, because once again, your subconscious mind is going to bring to you what you're thinking about. It doesn't realize that that's a negative thought, and that you don't want that in your life. It doesn't realize that. It don't have a way to perceive that. It only know that you're thinking about it. So if you keep thinking about it, it's going to say, this is what Corey wants. Look up your reticular activating system, your RAS, reticular activating system. Look that up. Every person has one. It sits at the base of your brain. It shows you what's important in your life. If you ever have bought a car, next thing you know, you see a bunch of cars like that. That's your reticular activating system at work. It shows you what's important to you. It brings to your attention and draws to your life what's important to you. But guess what? The way that it knows what's important to you, it's about what you think about. It manages your thoughts. Your reticular activating system manages your thoughts. All these millions of thoughts that go around in our mind every day. We talked about the average person has 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. And over 90% of those thoughts are reoccurring. Over 90% of those thoughts are the same thoughts they had yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before and the day before. So whatever you thinking is going to be your life. So if you have over 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day, 30 to 40 thoughts a minute, whatever that breaks down to. If you all those thoughts is based on a perspective that was set before you can make a decisions. That those perspectives was given to you by other people. Those perspectives is running around in your mind. Your reticular activating system saying, wow, this the thought that Corey's having. So now I got to go get this thought and go bring it to him because he's thinking about it. To me, that means he wants it. Remember, it doesn't know the difference of good and bad. It's no good and bad. It's no nice or evil. It's no day and light. It's no two sides of the coin. It's just one side. Whatever you're thinking is going to bring to you. So if you got a bunch of complaints running around in your mind all day, if you got a bunch of complaints running around in your mind all day, your mind and your reticular activating system doesn't know that this is something that you don't want. Once again, it's thinking you want it because you think it. And so now you're bringing and attracting the very thing you think you complaining about to get out your life. But the complaining doesn't push it out your life. It brings it more to your life. You realize once you start complaining, those stuff start happening more. But when you close your mouth and sometimes you got to pray about stuff. Sometimes you got to meditate about things. Sometimes you got to take time and close yourself down and say, what is going on here? Right? And then you got to focus on what you want in that situation. I guarantee y'all, whoever listening to this, if you have a situation that you've been complaining about, whatever situation it may be your husband or your wife, your job, your neighbor keeps parking in your spot, right? And every day you complain, and man, this every day, man, every time I come, they doing the same thing every day. Every time I see him, man, he always da-da-da-da-da. Look what you said. Every time you see him, let's break that sentence down. You said every time I see him, he do the same thing. That wasn't that person's words. That was your words. You said it. You spoke it out until your formless void, and now your formless void heard, oh, Corey wants him to do this one thing every time. So now it's going to bring it and draw that into your experience. And before you know it, you're receiving what you're complaining about. You are receiving what you are complaining about. Listen to this. As I told you before, negativity and complaining increases your risk of anxiety and depression. People who frequently engage in negative self-talk or complaining are 30% more likely to suffer from anxiety and depression. People who do a lot of complaining and negative self-talk is 30% more likely to suffer from anxiety and depression. Like I said, a lot of us are building our lives and we coming from negative already. A lot of us didn't have a lot of stuff that gave us a jump start, right? In life, like you started from getting you a job. Like what I mean by like your parents didn't have no money or no businesses and nothing like that they passed to you. And you were able to use that to kind of leverage to get you a jump start and jump you ahead of the line. A lot of us transparently didn't have those situations. A lot of us didn't have those situations where we have somebody that can help us jump the line, right? But guess what? If you already don't have that situation, why would you want to start 30% more behind, right? We already building from below the ground, and now we're going to take another 30% off. Look what it said. This is a study, man. This was a study that was done by the University of California, Davis. It said people who frequently engage in negative self-talk or complaining are 30% more likely to suffer from anxiety and depression. Right? Let me tell you one. This is crazy. I got 3 things that I'm gonna share with you that complaining does to kill you. I'm gonna give you 3 things that complaining does to stop your growth. You literally stop your growth when you complain. You don't believe me? Listen, when you complain that you know you shrink your brain, yo, when I read this study, I was like, wow, I didn't know your brain can shrink. I didn't know your brain can shrink. I'm thinking like, damn, look at this study. Look at this. Repetitive complaining and negative thinking can shrink your hippocampus. Like I said before, your hippocampus is the thing that's in your brain that's responsible for critical thinking and emotional intelligence. That's your hippocampus. Listen, repetitive complaining and negative thinking can shrink your hippocampus. That's the brain's region critical to learning, memory, and emotional regulation. Your hippocampus is responsible for learning, memory, and emotional regulation. So by complaining, when you complain, It literally shrinks your hippocampus. And that study was done by the Stanford University researcher neurologists and negativity. That study was done by Stanford University. Complaining can shrink your brain in certain parts. That's true. Why? Listen. Remember, I told you, everything is vibration. Everything is vibration. Everything is energy. This formless void that's between us, like I said, it responds to vibration, the vibration of voice. And so when you're complaining, when you're letting this vibration out in the world, it, like I said, the universe doesn't operate like that. God created the universe to respond to us. It responds, it grows, it moves. So you have to use your voice to create what you want. And wasting time complaining about a situation is not going to make it go away. It's only going to increase it, right? You have to think of things that you can do besides complain. We're going to do 3 things that you can do instead of complaining to make your situation better. Right? We're going to go over that today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for joining. Complaining only creates more of the situation. Complaining only keeps you where you're trying not to be. Right? Let me give you one. Let's start it out. One thing that you can do. One thing that you can do. I'm gonna give y'all 3. One thing that you can do instead of complain. Share the live if y'all. This is if this is speaking to y'all, man. Let's get the word out. Because right now we're setting ourselves up. We're keeping ourselves back. We keeping ourselves from moving forward, y'all. And I peep the key. See, if the powers can keep us all focused on what's wrong, then we'll never attract what's right. And that's why we get bombarded with all this negative press. When you go in the news, the last thing you should watch in the morning is the news. You shouldn't wake up in the morning and take all this turmoil and grief into your day first thing in the morning. Did you know the first 20 minutes of your day, your brain was at its most acceptance state? So when you wake up first thing in the morning, you should be trying to go straight to your blueprint of life. Read what you want your life to be, and you focus on that. Let that be the dominant thought process of your day. You need to be focusing on what you want, not what you don't have. Remember, I told you the average person has 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. Over 90% of those thoughts are repetitive. So when you wake up in the morning, you've been complaining the whole day before. You wake up in the morning. I can't stand this motherfucker. Went to bed, not can't stand in them. I'm waking up, can't stand in them. You went to bed complaining, and you wake up on the same thing. So now you went to bed creating an environment of confusion because that's what you was thinking about. And you wake up stirring up that same confusion. Remember, the average person has 60 to 70,000 thoughts every day, right? 30 to 40 thoughts a minute. And over 90% of those thoughts are repetitive. So we waking up with the same mentality, the same thoughts every single day. And that's creating the same life and the same situations. But we got to wake up and we have to focus on what we want, because remember, what we want is going to be how you get your life to evolve into that. When you focus on what you want, your reticular activating system, we talked about that. Your brain manager, it brings to you, it draws to your experience what it thinks is important to you. Your reticular activating system, RAS. Y'all look that up. Look up what your RAS, reticular activating system. Look up what that does. Your RAS, let's put that in the chat for everybody. Your RAS, literally, look up your RAS. Yeah, put it in the chat. Look up your RAS. That's your reticular activating system. It's responsible. It's your brain's manager. It sits at the base of your brain. Everyone has it. And it acts as the manager of the brain. You have millions and millions and millions of bits, of pieces of information that come in your brain every day, right? Like you can be looking straight and you see all this stuff in your peripheral view. See, you see it because it's being processed. But the thing is, your reticular activating system says, wait, we know this is how brilliant God is. And I laugh when people say it's no God when you look at how powerful the mind is. Let me tell you this. The mind is so powerful. The reticular activating system says we get millions of bits of pieces of information in all at one time. Like I said, if you're looking straight, you can see your peripheral. But the thing is, your focus didn't focus on your peripheral until I said your peripheral, right? Then your attention came to that, and then you was able to see it. But before that, it was like non-existent. It wasn't nothing because you wasn't thinking about it. That was your reticular activating system. Even though that pieces of information was all running around in your mind all at the same time, your reticular activating system, it acts as your brain manager, and it starts to shift and it starts to bring to your attention the stuff that's important. So like right now, you and I are talking, we on this net, I'm in front of you on the screen, right? Your mind is focused on the screen. Your reticular activating system knows that you're focused on the screen because you're thinking about what I'm saying. So now it's showing you that. It's showing you that. But look, when right away, like you focused on me, right? Look at the hat. Look at the red under the hat, right? Your mind is looking at the red under the hat, red under the hat, red under the hat. And then when I say, just say if I say, what's in your left peripheral? Right away, your attention goes there, and you're no longer thinking about the red hat. That's your reticular activating system. It puts your focus on whatever you think about, and it knows what's ever important to you by what you think about. So if it's responsible for, like I said before, if you buy a car, next thing you know, you see everybody with that car. That's your reticular activating system pointing that out to you. The thing is, the reticular activating system it draws to your life whatever it deems to be important, and it knows what's important by what you think about. That's what I said. If you buy that car now, you see a bunch of red cars because your reticular activating system is going to point out every instance where your thought is true. So if I get up every day and I say these mother scratchers can't drive in Los Angeles, every day is always some fool cutting me off. Your reticular activating system say, Corey want to see every fool. He want to see every person that cut him off. And now it's going to bring these things into my attention. It's going to point out every instance in which it's true. Now, the good thing about this is it can do the same thing for positive stuff, right? If I say I always find a parking spot. Now, this is something I do every day. Y'all know how parking is in Los Angeles. Well, y'all might not know because you might not be here, but it's crazy. You might be riding around for a whole hour trying to park. But you know what I say? I always find a good spot. Everywhere I go, it's a good spot waiting. I get a spot up front. Everywhere I go, I got a VIP parking spot waiting for me. This is a perception I've said and I use every day. And guess what happened? Every place I go, it's a parking spot waiting for me. I'm going to do this because you can't do it. You're on the camera. So I'm going to do it to myself. I don't got to wait on nobody to pop me collar. I pop me's own collar. Try what I'm saying, though. Try what I'm saying. Start saying what you want. Say, I have good relationships, man. Every person I meet is looking to help me prosper. Every person I meet is looking to help me win. Every situation I go into is a good situation. Or I never would have encountered it because I don't encounter negative people. When I get up every morning, when I say we got to get up and set our day, we got to get up and set our day. You got to get up and see what you want to experience. You got to get up and visualize what you want to bring into your life. And so I get up, I say, I thank you, God, for divine connections. I thank you for supernatural appointments. May I meet the people today conducive to helping me jump the line. This is what I expect. I expect to meet good people. I expect to meet people who are going to help me win. I expect every situation I go into to be good for me. And not only good for me, but good for every person involved. I make good deals. I have good relationships. I have trustworthy people in front of me. I have trustworthy people around me. This is my thoughts, and I attract that to my life. But if you wake up, every man is a dog, a low-down, dirty dog. He got fleas. Every man stink. His feet ashy. If that's your perspective on men, that's what you're going to get. If you wake up, everybody in this job hating on me. They all jealous. They all jealous because I got Indian in my family. They all hate me because I'm smarter than everybody here. Like all these perspectives that we wake up with every day, we create. So guess what? You're going to run into people that hate on you because that's what you think you would. Look, I'm telling you. That bitch ain't shit. This is what we say. And that's your friend. Supposed to be. But you talking about him. You saying this all stuff about him, right? So guess what? You attract more of that in your life. Some of us can't get a job and keep a good situation because we say it ain't no situations. There ain't no money out here, man. Ain't nobody hiring. It's all kind of money. Listen, on MindaFest, we talked about last night in the AI world. My niece, Michelle, talked about right now they paying six figures, high six figures, 140,000 a year. For a certificate, it takes a year to get. It's millions and millions of dollars out here. DM me if y'all want that information, and we'll get that to y'all. How you can get to six figures in a year, high six figures, right? It's stuff out here to do it. So I'm trying to tell you is, let's think about some things we can do instead of complaining, right? What can we do instead of complaining? All right. The first thing you can do is practice intentional gratitude. Let me tell you this. Practice intentional gratitude. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, write down 3 things you're grateful about every day, right? Gratitude rewires the brain to see opportunities instead of obstacles. It boosts emotion. It boosts emotional resilience and keeps your energy aligned with progress, right? So when you focus on the positive stuff, it rewires your brain to focus on opportunities and not obstacles. See, that's one thing complaining does. Complaining makes you focus on the obstacle that's in front of you. And whatever you focus on, it grows. Like they say, wherever your attention goes, grows. Wherever your attention goes, grows. Wherever your intention goes, grows. So wherever you put your focus on, whether it's negative or positive, that situation is going to grow, because that was the gift God gave us, y'all. We are truly superheroes. We are truly superheroes. You truly can use your mind to create your life. Magneto, all these superheroes that do all this stuff, that's really us. Did you know you were a superhero? Don't you heal naturally? Y'all see these movies where a superhero get cut and he like, ching! Next thing you know, his skin heal and the bullet push out. Our skin and body does just that. It's just, it may not be as fast and rapid as the movies make it, but if you cut yourself, look at these scratches. Look at this on my hand, y'all. I fell off a mini bike. Look at this. This stuff right here. See that shiny mark? All them shiny marks on my hand. Look at that. I fell. Look at this right here. I fell off a mini bike. Here another one. Right? This was deep scars. Like, first of all, I shouldn't even been on the doggone mini bike. This was like 3 years ago. And I bought it brand new. I always wanted one from when I was a little. And I was like, I'm getting me one. I got that mini bike. I'm like, man, I fell off that thing like a stunt man. Scratched myself, skin, it was scraped up, man. My face was scraped, big old bump. But guess what? You don't see it now. You see remnants of where it happened, but my skin healed. Your skin heals because we are superheroes. Our bodies, it, like I said, the movies may accelerate it, but your body heals on its own. A cold, anything, all this stuff works through the body. But the same people that got us thinking all this negative stuff is the same people selling us all these pills and stuff to be able to cope with the stuff that they're telling us that we got. It's a fixed game, man. The same people telling you all this stuff is selling you the stuff to help you feel better about all the stuff they're telling you. That's crazy. They literally brainwashing us, man. They telling us it's a shortage. It's a shortage. Hurry up, be scared, be scared. It's a shortage. It's a shortage. It ain't no shortage of trees. It ain't no shortage of land. We ain't running. You ever been on the airplane and next thing you know, you flying over all this open space? You like, what the heck? And it don't be nothing there. Nothing. Nothing there. Listen, if they can tell you that it's a shortage and you believe it, then that means you won't expect to receive it. And guess what? I got to get this water. And while you're not receiving it because you think it's a shortage, you're not receiving it because you think it's a shortage, right? Because they done told you it's a shortage. It ain't a lot of money out here. It ain't a lot of land. Everything is tight. It's not enough food, all this stuff. And they create this fear-based thinking. Next thing you know, you stop expecting it. You stop looking for it because you think it's tight. They done told you it's tight. But while you're not looking for it, they're getting what you're not looking for because you ain't even looking for it to battle, to fight them to get it. So now they got you brainwashed thinking it's a drought. It ain't no drought, man. It's an abundance of fish. It's an abundance of everything God created. Everything God created is in abundance. And it's more and more and more of that. I had to get some more water. Everything God created was created in abundance. But if I can make you think it's a shortage, you know what you're going to do instead of going trying to find it? You're going to go home and think about the shortage. And then you're going to go tell everybody, they said it ain't no, we in recession. We're in recession. It ain't no recession. It's money out here. It's money out here, man. How is it a recession? Your gift was made to make room for you. Your gift was made, that gift was given to you to make room for you. But it's a recession. You know why? Because you running around operating in something you were never meant to operate in. right? So like I said in my book, Follow Your Yellow Brick Road, Your Passion Leads to Your Provision. Y'all can get that book, right? Follow Your Yellow Brick Road. Just look up Corey Cofield, right? You might see my son on there first. He a hooper, man. He done took my name, but he Corey Cofield the second. And so, but you'll see me as well. But look my book up. Look at my book up. Because we talk about all this stuff in the book, man. We talk about all this stuff. It ain't no recession. But like I say in the book, if you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, he gonna look dumb. That fish gonna look like it don't know what it's doing. That fish gonna look like it may be mentally retarded. Excuse me, mentally, whatever, you know the word. It may be special needs, but really it's not. It's just operating in an area that it was never meant to operate in. So if you're operating in an area you were never meant to operate in, now you got somebody judging you and seeing how you're doing in that area, then saying something wrong with you because you're not doing it right. You're not judging me right because I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be operating in where I was called. And a lot of us don't do that. That's why we complaining in these situations, because guess what? You weren't supposed to be in those situations. But you went there because of you thought you had to do that. But if I can keep you complaining and I can keep you focused on the obstacle while I run around and get all the solutions, you take yourself out the game. I don't have to take you out the game. I tell you that there is no game. And while you at home, I'm playing the game. That's how it works. They tell you that it's no game. Or you know the game's been canceled. You go home, you know the game canceled, and you go tell everybody else. But the person who said, let me just ride by here anyway, they go by there and the game on. And you realize, man, how would you feel? Thank y'all for, hey, throw me the stars, y'all. Give me some likes and stars. You know, we streaming live on TikTok as well. Thank y'all. Share this with somebody. If you know you can, somebody who can win by this talk, we all do this. And today's talk is stop complaining. Welcome to the morning shift with Corey Cofield, where we shift your perspective. Today we're gonna stop complaining, because whatever you complain about, you give permission to be in your life. Whatever you complain about, you give permission to be in your life. Let's do this. Let's talk about another thing that happens behind negativity and complaining. Right? We already talked about that negative conversation and complaining. You're more likely to suffer from anxiety and depression by 30%, right? We talked about that. We also talked about that complaining literally shrinks your brain. It shrinks your hippocampus. And that's the part of your brain that's critical for learning, memory, and emotional regulation. Complaining is complaining. Thirdly, complaining increases cortisol levels. Right? Regular complaining releases cortisol, the stress hormone, which weakens your immune system and increased blood pressure and risk of heart disease over time. Do y'all hear this? Guess what? That was a study that was done by the Mayo Clinic and Stanford Medicine of Health. Right? They did a study on the long-term effects of stress, the stress hormone, cortisol. They did a test to see what happens when you keep cortisol in your body for long periods of time. That's the fight or flight reflex. That's the stress hormone, right? What happens when you keep that in your body for long periods of time? And what they found was it weakens your immune system. And what they found was keeping this stress hormone in your body, that's what it does to your immune system, right? And your blood pressure. And it creates heart disease. This is what complaining doing, y'all. Complaining is really unaliving us. Complaining every day about your situations, about your husband, about your brother, about your wife. All this complaining is literally unaliving us. And all these people got to do is sit back and watch us all fall. Why? They know the truth. They know the truth. See, successful people don't complain. They make results. Right? Successful people don't complain about stuff. They sit back and figure out ways to how to make it work. Remember, when you complain, you're focusing on the obstacle and not the solution. Your words are powerful. The more you sit and complain, the more you allow it to be true, whatever you complain about. Let's look at some more things we can do in order, besides complaining. We talked about one thing you can do is practice intentional gratitude. Write down 3 things that you're grateful of every day. Before you go in that situation, just write down 3 things that you're grateful for. Because every situation you can find something you're grateful for. Just say you got a job you can't stand, and everybody on there you hope bite their tongue. Right? Which is a terrible energy to be in. Right? But instead of focusing on that, you know what you can say? Let me look at what I'm thankful for. First, I'm thankful that I'm getting a check. I'm thankful that I got a place that I can go into that can help me pay my bills. Right? And then you can be thankful for the situation, what the situation brings you. So you can say, I'm thankful that this situation allows me to be able to get a Starbucks every morning. Every morning I can go get a Starbucks. Right? So you're thankful for that. So practicing intentional gratitude. That's one thing you can do instead of complaining. The second thing you can do is take constructive action. Identify one step you can take today to improve your situation. Complaining focuses on the problem. Action focuses on the solution. Whether it's making a phone call, learning a skill, or organizing your environment, progress creates momentum. Y'all hear that? Progress creates momentum. So don't act like low vibrational people and keep complaining about the same stuff. That's low energy. Go into a situation and say, how can I be better here? And see, a lot of times, and a lot of us are in situations so that it can shape us. So it can teach us how to deal with those kind of situations. See, a lot of us run from confrontation. A lot of us run from things that may cause us stress. We run from things that's hard. The brain, did you know the brain was meant, the brain was designed to avoid things that's hard? Did you know your brain was designed to avoid the hard path? Your brain was naturally designed to find the easy route. Your brain was designed to find the easy route, to go the path of less resistance. So you got to make a stand and say, nope, I'm going to take the route that's going to help me be better. So sometimes you got to go through the flames to see that you can get on the other side and come out not even smelling like smoke. See, some situations you got to get in so God can show you, I got you. Some things you can only trust when you use them. Think about it. This day, this God day, some of y'all went to work, some of y'all going to work right now. But you know what? Some of y'all in your car driving. The people in your car, you take no second thought of if them brakes gonna work. You don't think about whether your brakes gonna work at all. Some of y'all doing 90 right now. Slow down. Some of y'all listening to this right now doing 100. And I'll be one of it, man, leave a lot. But we got to slow down, y'all. Slow down. Because I'll be coming through traffic, man. Okay. I'm getting better, y'all. Like I said, I ain't arrived, but I left. But I'm one of them that be flying. You know, I'm getting better, man. The whole thing about is being able to learn. Every situation you get in is meant to help you be better. So if you're going to a job right now that you can't stand, and you hope the manager stub their toe at 3 o'clock in the morning on their way to the bathroom, which is low vibrational. Anytime you get an emotional state over another person, you drop your energy. And anytime you drop your energy, you become a repellent to everything you believe in. You become a repellent to the dream. Every time you complain, you drop your energy and you become a repellent to what you're looking for. So we got to stop complaining, y'all. We got to stop complaining. Starting today, no more complaints. We're not going to use our mouth to edify the problem no more. We can't use our mouth to edify the problem anymore. We have to see what we want. Like I say, only see what you wish to experience. So even if I'm going into a place that I perceive to be haterade drinking people, that's my perception. That's the way I see it. That's not necessarily means that that's the way it is. You can do this. I learned this in this class I took. It said the worst person in the world is loved by somebody, right? So you got a person that you think is a total a-hole. This person is a prick and a half. This person is a total butthole in every way, shape, and form. Do you know it's somebody out there that think that person is amazing? Somebody out there that's waiting for that person to call, hey, how you doing, man? And think that person is an amazing person and they can do no wrong, right? That shows you that it's all about perspective. It's all about perspective. I heard this story one time. This was back in the day. This dude was a cop. He was a cop unaliver, right? He unalived a couple protectors, right? Y'all know I gotta watch the words. So he unalived a couple of them, right? Cold, in broad daylight. They walked up to his car. He was in the car with his girl, and they was making out. And the officer walks up to the car. And as soon as he got there, dudes just whip out, dink it, cold blood. He fell. He stood over him, dink it, did it again, hit him more times. Then went on the run. Then they end up having a pum out where they pum each other. He ended up hitting two more officers that died, and they finally had him cornered. A whole day and a half standoff, and he wrote this manifesto while he was in there, right? And he said, as I sit here bleeding, he said, I am a good man that would give my heart to people. I would give them the coat off my back. And he started explaining how good of a person he was, right? And he just unalived a man for no reason, right? Stood over him, hit him again, bing, bing, bing. But he saw himself as a good person, right? So my point in saying is, you complaining to a person would never create them to change nothing. Because in everybody's heart, they good in their own heart. Everybody justifies their action based upon their perspective. And that's how you can see somebody doing something and you say, man, how could they do that? Because in their mind, they made it a way where they see themselves as the person that is the good person. That's why it's frivolous to even argue with people. It's frivolous to try to argue your point to somebody, because it's life is based upon perspective. How you see things is based upon how you grew up, your perspective on life. And you can't convince somebody to change their perspective through an argument. In a 2-minute argument, y'all hollering at each other. That's not going to change the perspective. So it's frivolous to get in these petty arguments with people because they didn't see things like your perspective saw, right? It's frivolous talk. It's low vibrational thinking. So today we not complaining. We doing things to change it. We doing things to change it, right? Let me tell you some of the effects of, see, like I said, here at Welcome to the Morning Shift with Corey Cofield, we come with stats and statistics and receipts behind what I say. The stuff I say is proven. Thank y'all for the likes, man. We can get some stars going, y'all. Give me some coins, man. If this help, if this speaking to you, share the live with somebody. Share the live with somebody, y'all. If y'all want to show support to keep this thing going, you know, I'm here every day. This is my job. Literally. This is my job. And some days I'm up at 4 because I really want to deliver the stuff to y'all that I think is going to work, that I know is going to work, because I'm looking at studies that reveal it work, right? Look at this. We're looking at the positives. We're looking at the positive effects of being in gratitude. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. We're talking about the positive effects of gratitude, right? And here's one. It improves physical and mental health. Practicing gratitude daily is linked to 23% lower levels of stress hormones and better heart health. So just practicing gratitude every day. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the likes and the little doves and all that. Thank y'all. We also appreciate that. Thank you. If y'all want to, you know, monetarily, it's Cash App, is CTE Cash. CTE, Cat Thomas Edward Cash at Cash App. Thank y'all for that. We telling y'all the truth right here. Just by practicing gratitude every day, you lower your stress hormones by 23%. And guess what that leads to? Better heart health. And that right there was a study done by the American Psychological Association. Practicing gratitude daily lowered the stress hormones by 23%. And that led to better heart health, right? You want to boost your happiness? Some people want to know, look, I'm doing everything I can every day to just make life a little bit more happy. Look what this says. This was a study done by the University of California, Davis. Now, these are not small institutions. These are research places is known for getting to the research. And look what they said. People who keep weekly gratitude journals reported 25% increased happiness compared to those who didn't. People who kept a weekly gratitude journal reported a 25% increase in happiness. So just by doing what I told y'all, wake up every single day and write down 3 things you're grateful for. When you first get up, don't run to your phone. You get up, run straight to your phone, to Instagram, to all these social media things, right? And they're all pumping all this bull crap to you. And before you know it, you waking up and that's the first thing you putting on your mind and your heart. Like I said, it's okay to look at this stuff, right? But your first thing when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you should do is go to yourself. Turn in yourself. You got to reboot. Take some time. If you got to go leave the house, like I said, if you got to leave the house at 7, you got to get up at 6 to get ready. Then by 5:45, you should get up to be self-clicking. I call it self-clicking. What that means? That means you get up and you just lay back in your bed. And you use visualization practices to visualize what you want. You see your life going amazing. Visually see it in detail. Play the picture in your mind. Evoke emotions with it. Be happy. I see my kids signing NBA contracts. I see my daughter having a successful husband and wife, you know, and the baby is beautiful. I see them flying across the world, living good. I see myself eating the best food because I love food. I love food. I see myself traveling. Like me and my daughter not too long ago went to Rome. We went to the first place that created Alfredo. It was listen, This food was the best food I ever had. It's the place in Rome, y'all gotta go. I can't remember the name, but I'm telling you right now. Matter of fact, I'm gonna find the name because I got receipts. Me and my daughter went there, went to Rome, and we had this food. And I'm telling you right now, it changed my life. And I'm saying we should be able to have the best. We should be able to eat the best. That's what's designed for you. Did you know that? Here, go right here. Look, you should be able to have the best. You should be able to experience the best because that's what you was designed to eat. Did you know that? You was designed to have the greatest of ever, man. You was designed to have the greatest food ever, the greatest experience ever. Look at this. This the that Alfredo they make it right in front of you. The meatballs was the best meatballs I ever saw in my life. Look at this. We flew to Rome. We out here eating amazing food. Let me show y'all the Alfredo. I want to show you the name of the place. This is the man making the Alfredo in front of you.
As you can see, it's a kind of pasta, very, very thin. It cooks just for 30 seconds in hot water. And it's so thin because it's meant to melt in your mouth immediately. Immediately? Yes.
Watch this food.
The butter that we use is a butter from Piemonte, from the north of Italy. And the Parmesan cheese is a Parmesan cheese 24 months.
Look at this. The best Alfredo. You never had Alfredo unless you had this. It melted in your mouth immediately. Right? I'm talking about this is what we designed to do. You meant to have that. You meant to eat that kind of way. So when I wake up in the morning, first thing in the daytime, I'm taking time visualizing myself, doing what I want to do. I see myself right now. You know what? I want to go to Bali in November. So I'm seeing myself in Bali. I'm seeing myself in one of the most beautiful rooms ever. Matter of fact, I got a beautiful woman right here getting me grapes. Thank you. Somebody fanning me. Look, this is my dream. This is my vision. I can do whatever I want, just like you can do whatever you want. You can see yourself doing whatever you want. But you have to take time first thing in the day to sit back and see what you want your life to be, y'all. Hey, sis laughing because I said grapes. Hey, I promise. Listen, I promise I'm gonna have some bad, beautiful twins somewhere with coconuts on them and feed me grapes. And listen, man, in some tropical island, it's okay. You can live your best life, man. You can do everything you want to do. That's good. You can do everything you want to do. That's good. That's what you deserve, man. Share the live if y'all feeling this, man. We talking about stop complaining. Stop killing your own life. Stop killing your own life. That's what you're doing. We talked about how practicing gratitude weekly in a journal. We talked about how living in gratitude can boost your happiness by 25% just by keeping a gratitude journal. Just by waking up every day and say, I'm gonna write down 3 things I'm grateful for. Did you know that can boost your happiness by 25%? And this was a study done by the University of California, Davis. Guess what else? This one is a big one because a lot of us go to sleep. A lot of us go to sleep and wake up still tired. Why is that? A lot of us go to sleep and we wake up still tired, still weary. You know why? Because it wasn't no real rest. It wasn't no real rest. You didn't wake up rested. You didn't wake up rested because you didn't sleep well. You know why you didn't sleep well? Because complaining stops you from sleeping, and it makes you fatigued. Now look at this study. Look at this study, because I told you we be coming with receipts, bro. We ain't playing no games. Now this study was conducted by a bunch of doctors, and look what it said. Grateful people experience longer, more restful sleeps and reported feeling 10 to 15% more energized during the day. Complaining drains you. Did you know that? Complaining literally drains you. It drains you. You ever finish complaining about some stuff and you're on the phone with a long rant? Take a screenshot. You ever been on the phone in a long rant and you talking to your girl or your homie and you complaining the whole time? And you like, next thing you know, you feel tired. You're like, you barely got energy to talk anymore. Complaining drains you. Studies showed that grateful people experience longer and more restful sleeps and report feeling 10 to 15% more energized during the day. So look, this thing is about percentage. This thing is about real life, right? So if you can help jump the line by 5 and 10% here and there, if you can up your chances of winning by 10%, 15%, 5%, even 1%, you win. Let me see what y'all laugh. What Lee said. I gotta go back and see y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all on Instagram. Thank y'all on TikTok. You said a vision. Thank y'all for joining us, man. We here at the morning shift. We here every day, 5:30 a.m. to shift your perspective. This is what we're here to do. And today we're talking about stop complaining. We covered several things that complaining do. We gave you 3 things that positive complaining can do. We're gonna go over it right quick. Here's the 3 things that complaining can do negatively to you. It gives you increased risk of anxiety and depression. It shrinks your brain because it shrinks the hippocampus, and that's the part that's responsible for critical thinking, learning, memory, and emotional regulation. It also increases cortisol levels in your body. Regular complaining releases cortisol, the stress hormone, which weakens your immune system and increases blood pressure and gives you a higher risk of heart disease, right? Those 3 things that how negative complaining affects you. Here's 3 positive ways that operating in gratitude can affect you. It improves physical and mental health. Practicing gratitude daily is linked to 23% lower levels of the stress hormone and better heart health, right? Living in gratitude and being thankful in every situation, it boosts happiness by over 25%. People who keep weekly gratitude journals reported 25% increase in happiness compared to those who didn't. And then we found out that living in gratitude and being happy and not complaining improves your sleep and reduces fatigue. So these man, this stuff is here. This is you know, this stuff is powerful. We talked about 3 things you can do instead of complaining. And that's practice intentional gratitude. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, write down 3 things that you're grateful for every day. Gratitude rewires the brain to see opportunities instead of obstacles, right? Take constructive action. Identify small steps that you can take every day to improve your situation. Complaining focuses on the problem. Action focuses on solutions. Whether you make a phone call, learning a skill, or organize your environment, progress creates momentum, right? 3rd thing you can do instead of complaining is shift your language and speak life. Replace complaints with declarations of possibilities. Speak what you want to see, not what you fear or dislike. Say, I'm learning. This is temporary. I'm growing through this. These are things you can say instead of complaining. Instead of saying this job sucks, you can say, I'm grateful for this opportunity, but I'm grateful for the new things that's coming my way, right? So you can have gratitude while still expressing that you want to change. So that's 3 things that you can do instead of complaining. So we hit a lot of stuff here today, y'all. We hit a lot of stuff. So at the end of the day, my message today is stop complaining. Use your life to create what you want. Use your life to create what you want and not what you don't want. You know? If this resonated with you, can y'all jump over to YouTube and give me a follow? Can y'all go to YouTube for me? It's Corey_Cofield. We got a lot of content that we got coming up. Even this week, we about to shoot some stuff this week. We want to listen, just like this talk. If this talk helped you, we want to put more of this stuff out. We want to be able to allow people to know the truth. And guess what? I'll use my life. I'll use my mistakes and everything I've done in my life to help you grow if I can. But y'all run over to YouTube, man. Corey_Cofield, man. Subscribe. Like. It shrinks your brain. Exactly. He said that. Hey, Lee said, the fact if complaining shrinks your brain, what else you need? You ever heard something that, when they tell you about these miracle things that you're supposed to take this medication, they say side effects, bleedy bowels, bleedy bowels, erectile never again in functioning, urethra plasticity, breast dropping in it. All kind of, they tell you these old sick side effects, and then we still go purchase the stuff they told you about. Yo, come on, man. No, we not doing that. We're gonna live our best life ever. We're gonna live and be amazing today. Today is Tuesday, the top of the week. So we can take this stuff and implement it, y'all. Take this stuff and implement it today. No complaining today. No complaining. No complaining. We're not going to shut our own life down with complaints. Okay? Speak life, exactly. Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Lily. Appreciate you. Y'all got something y'all want to say? Y'all jump in the chats. Huh? Absolutely. I'm grateful for this opportunity. I'm grateful for the things to come. Exactly. So look, Lee just said the best thing ever. If you're in a job that you can't stand, right? Instead of saying, I can't stand this bull crap, you can say, I'm grateful for this opportunity, but I'm grateful for the things to come. That's letting the whole universe, that's letting God know I appreciate what I have, but I'm looking forward to more. And you opening your mind up now instead of just saying, I can't stand this SHIT. Yo, jump on MindFest, y'all. Like I said, my moderator, Michelle, is putting in the chat. Y'all see that every Monday, 6:30 p.m. PST, we do the MindFest meetup on Zoom. Last night was powerful. Last night was powerful, man. We had Dr. Gigi come out, and she covered the last 4 weeks. She covered the book, The 4 Agreements. And last night was the last one. And she talked about how to do your best. That's the 4th agreement. Do your best. And when you know you're just being you, you showing up authentically, and you doing what all you possibly can, then you win. And nobody can ask nothing else from you. But show up. Listen, next week we got one of our MindFest members. Her name is Brittany, and she'll be She'll be doing a mastermind class on Money is My Friend. And it starts next Monday as the first class. Look that book up, Money is My Friend. If you haven't got it, do it. You know what I'm saying? Right? So next Monday, we starting a whole master class of Money is My Friend. Basically, we going over to our relationships and what we feel about money. Did you know that a lot of us have a lot of preconceived notions when it comes to finances, and we push it away from us? So if you're not thinking right, money is a frequency. Money is not based upon how much work you do, money, how many hours you work at your job. Money is not based upon any of that. They make you think that because that way you go work a bunch of hours, but then you burn yourself out and you tired and you can't do nothing else but go back to their job and burn yourself out again. But money is a frequency. Once you align with money, it has nothing to do with physical labor. You can attract money to you, not even leaving your house. You can attract situations to you without even leaving your house. So what's your mindset in regards to money? That's what we're going to be doing next Monday on the Mindfest meetup on Zoom. We there every Monday, 6:30 p.m. If you want to be a part of that, then you DM me for a link, or my moderator, Michelle, on TikTok. Y'all can DM her, and yeah, we're going to be there. Next Monday is going to be a mastermind class on Money is My Friend. It's going to be 4 weeks. Next week is the first week. It's going to be powerful with Brittany Reeves, very intelligent young lady, a super researcher. She gets to the bottom of stuff, right? So she's going to have statistics. She's going to pull up with, and she's going to change your life. And if you having any issues with finances right now, if you have any issues with finances and you struggling on any level, then you got to be in this class next Monday, because it's going to show you how to start attracting money to yourself and not being a repellent, pushing it away. See, like I said, money is a frequency, and if you don't attract to the right frequency in regards to money, you'll actually push it away from you and not draw it, right? We don't want to do that. My auntie always said it's bad to get played, but it's worse to play yourself. Thank y'all. We jumping out of here. Welcome to the morning shift with Corey Cofield, man. Welcome to the morning shift with Corey Cofield, and where we shift your perspective. We're grateful for y'all and listening. We here every morning 5:30. Y'all share it. If you want to be the help the mission go forward, our Cash App is CTE Cash. That's Cat Thomas Edward Cash, CTE Cash. And what we're doing with that is we're producing, like I said, we're shooting content that's going to help people change. We shoot professional content that's going to allow people to chase their dreams. And you can be a part of that. If you help one person realize it, so I'm a transformational guide. So you can go to my website and see what I do, right? I help people find their passion and I help them get to it. I give them detailed steps on how to go get what they want, right? A lot of us are not living according to what we want, right? And so I can show you how to find your passion, and I can show you how to get to it. I have sessions that I deal with personal, business, right? Personal goals, business goals. We do it. We do it all. And I help you and walk with you right through the whole thing, man. We also have a service called Theratext, where we can have text communication. When you involved in situations, I can give you wisdom on how to get through it and different things to do. So just go to my website. You can see different ways that you can partner with us. But we're putting content out. We doing custom merchandise that speaks to what we believe. Like we working on a new shirt to say "Do not disturb," right? Because when you're going after things in your life, sometimes you got to shut things down. You can't have everybody to have direct access to you. So we got I do not disturb hoodies, hats, shirts, and all that stuff. This is the stuff I'm telling you what your gifts help us do. You know, we just sent some money to one of our listeners on our Mindfest group. We just sent a bunch of money to them, and they live in Nigeria, right? So we sold into them to help them. As a young man that's building his life and going to school and doing different things. So we want to help him be great. So this is what we do. It's not about me, my four, and no more, right? So you can be a part of that. You can be a part of helping somebody else win, right? Every day. So we appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all for coming out. Share the live, y'all. Share the live, share the experience. Tell somebody if you learned something. Go on over to YouTube and give me a follow. Give me a subscribe, brother. I need it. You know what I'm saying? Because YouTube is where we really put our focus on, where we put most of our content to be there, right? And so we planning a real big thing, y'all, and it's gonna be amazing. So first, I just want to thank everybody for showing up today. Thank you for all the stuff on TikTok. I don't even know how to read all the stuff we got, you know, but thank y'all for the gifts that y'all gave us. Thank y'all for the likes. Lee, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the follow on YouTube. Thank you so much. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming. Michelle, I love you. Thank you. Thank you for helping me. Be like. Thank you. Thank you for helping me. Thank you. I appreciate you. Man, God, I'm telling y'all, man, you just got to do what you got to be true to what you know to do, and God has sent people that's amazing in what they do, and they'll come alongside you and do it. You know, make sure y'all look up the Be Like Foundation as well, my moderator, who raises funds for leukemia. Like, we just not talking, like we doing real stuff to be able to help change the community. Be Like is one of those people who gives money and resources to be able to get knowledge and help and love for people with leukemia. She lost a child to leukemia, and now she's turned that loss into a passion to be able to help other people. And so that's what we're supposed to do. That's what I said earlier, that the things that you do and we go through is meant to be help for other people, right? So don't close yourself off. She had every right to go, yeah, right. Right. It's the Be Like Giving Tuesday. I think she only asked for like $2-3, y'all. So go over to her TikTok, go over to Instagram and look up Be Like Foundation. That's BELAC. B as in Beaver, E as in elephant, L as in Larry, A as in Apple, C as in cat. Going over there, y'all, and so into her, right? Because she's doing real stuff, man. We're doing real stuff. You know, my niece Michelle got some makeup stuff coming out. She's one of the best makeup artists in the industry. To my special effects and all that kind of stuff as well. She moving on a lot of other areas, just a serial entrepreneur. And so, yeah, man, I'm just shouting out the people that helped me, and that I couldn't do the things I'm doing without people who support it, you know. So thank y'all again, you know, for popping out. We'll be back here tomorrow, same bad channel, same bad time. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all, and listen, be great. And remember, no complaining today. No complaining today. And this is the important thing. If you see yourself complaining, just stop and start over. And now that we talked about this, you're gonna be able to see every little thing, right? Now I'm pulling a restaurant, they mess my food up. I'm like, you just be in gratitude every day and allow it to create the life we want. So no complaining. Let's go this day, no complaining at all. Not about the food, not about driving, no parking, nothing. We only in gratitude all day long. Run on over to the website, CoreyCofield.com. Get your custom merch. Get your custom merch. Do not disturb. Make America dream again. Line, hats, shirts. We got it all. The dream is what's making America great, not politics. So let's make America dream again. That's what we're doing. Has nothing to do with politics. It's about our call and our desires. Okay? I love y'all. It's your boy Corey Cofield signing off. Y'all have a God day.